is Ellison Cruz, and as October finally begins to take over the world, I'd like to welcome you to Little Nightmares, a puzzle platforming adventure game with many elements of horror abound. To be honest, it's not too incredibly scary. There's a couple of parts that might freak you out, but if it doesn't feel like a mix between Limbo and Alice Madness Returns, then I don't really know what to tell you, man. So allow my voice to be the soothing light that guides us through this disturbing little nightmare. And let's get started as we awaken as a small, young girl by the name of Six, who appears to only be garbed in a very distinctive yellow raincoat. And we have no idea where we are, but we're about to somewhat find out. Now, as for many games of this caliber, we have our typical sprint button, and we can jump, and unsurprisingly, we can also do power slides. It's pretty great. But one of our most important motor function is the ability to, cast light with our lovely lighter, which is definitely something you're gonna need if you want to make it through this game in one piece, because goddamn, this game is dark. However, we do have ourselves a couple of allies to help us along the way. In the form of lamps, you're going to need to light 20 of these up for a specific achievement, otherwise it's not super important. The game actually gives you more than you need over the course of our very, very short journey throughout this game. So let's go and open this up and see if we can escape, shall we? Ooh. And right out of the mechanical bedroom that we call home, we're now going to enter the vents that we call our escape. Yeah, just gotta add a little bit of claustrophobia in here and life will be good, right? So this is a game that I've actually been wanting to play since it came out, and it's just right up my valley right up my valley? Yeah, that makes sense. And it's very good. I like it a lot. It's just very atmospheric, and the sound design is very good. It's also creepy, so prepare yourselves for that. Not a whole lot of elements of exploration, unfortunately. It's really linear, but for the most part, we're just gonna take this nice and slow and take it all in. I mean, there is an achievement called Hard to the Core, which I would potentially like to do one of these days, where you have to beat the game in under an hour without taking any deaths. And I haven't done it yet, but it might be kind of fun. So we head over here, and we get our next type of collectible, which are geisha dolls. For whatever reason, we need to go and pick them up, and then toss them to their untimely demise. And I usually like to toss them off cliffs just to make extra sure that the job is done. Whoops. Or I could just drop it right there. That's fine. There are going to be 13 of those throughout the game, and so keep an eye out for those because they'll be in some pretty difficult to find spots. And actually, you know what? There's only 10 of them in the game. So, whoops. So let's head under here, and ooh, it's an interesting little room. You can take minor control of the camera and kind of inspect your surroundings a little bit. You'll see some very odd imagery of thinking chairs being suspended above you. So, yeah, it's kind of an interesting little area. Ashtray. Stick our feet in it. There you go. And let's move on to our very first achievement, believe it or not. We hit up here and we can jump on this bed. And it's not very fun, but considering we don't really have one of our own, well, let's get all of our kicks out here. Or should I say our jumps? And you do it just long enough, and we get our first achievement, 50 points. You jump even higher if you knew what slept there. Yeah, when the game has to break the fourth wall to creep you out, man. I don't know. That's sign of good game design? I couldn't tell you. Apparently there's many things I couldn't tell you about this game. Fortunately, we land over here to a grisly scene. Ooh. Yeah. Not good. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this, good sir. I don't think you're gonna be using it any longer. And we're gonna go ahead and open this door. If I can just go ahead and aim it just right. That'll be fine. Alright. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, dark rooms like this are my favorite. And oh boy, black goo? I love it. But it's gonna be a sign of things to come. Sooner rather than later. Okay. Now there's a refrigerator here, but if we move... Well, actually, let's open it up and see what we can do with it. spooky, maybe? Just a little bit. We'll get back to that in just a second, because if we keep heading this way, is there anything over here? I feel like I already missed a lantern. They're usually in really easy to find spots, but that's okay. Like I said, they give you more than you need. We have a bit of a secret area over here, and this will be home to, well, a new type of collectible, so to speak. You see these little Cuphead gnomes who's just trying to get a little bit of warmth from the lantern there. What we can actually do is give them hugs. So there are 13 of those gnomes that we need to explore and find, and I love that we can just give them hugs. It's just one bit of comfort that we need in this very dark and desolate game, you know? Nice. Well, see you later. I'm gonna go this way. And actually continue with what we need to do. This game. I think this is the first time I've actually played this game with headphones on, so yeah. Going all Miranda Cosgrove in here. So just to double check, I don't think there's anything else here. But yeah, it's not like it's entirely necessary to collect everything. It's just something I'd like to do. Get, you know, the most out of our playthrough. So we can actually climb the right trigger, which is your typical action button, and prepare ourselves for that. And this actually is a bit of an odd section. A lot of the platforming parts of this game are a little bit odd, but be careful because you now have things to avoid, so be careful with that. And time your jumps. Some of them are deceptively difficult, and you also don't want to run into those black slugs. Not fun. Ooh, hi. Let's get out of here. Done. I'm done with those things. Whew. Okay, but we should hurry because we've now got lovely switches here that we can sometimes latch onto and move forward before we get sucked in. Alright, let's run across. Ooh. Oh my god, that would have been embarrassing. The first big jump, and I just whiff it. Now, for whatever reason, this room gave me trouble the first time around because, as you can tell, it's not very big on tutorials. But apparently we have the strength of a grown man, and we can just go ahead and rip off planks from walls. So just keep in mind that's something we'll do 2 more times. And, uh-oh. I don't like the looks of this. Oh, there's a little gnome buddy. Oh, just kidding. Oh, jeez. This is not the world of goo that I was looking for. Just gonna run and avoid the slugs, because instant death. Watch out. I'm just gonna go this way, please. Okay. Yeah. Fortunately, their greatest enemy is segways. Run this way. Ugh. And here's actually another lamp, so we'll make sure to light it up because sometimes she just won't. There you go. Well done. And we'll move this way. Now, when I was playing this, I actually had done it entirely on PC, and I was going to record it on there, but what is that? Oh, it's you. Hi. I'm going to go find you in just a minute, but I'm going to be recording on the Xbox One version because for whatever reason, I just can't make my footage turn out very good. So I'm just going to go very carefully. Wonky platforming. Don't forget. Whew. We'll run up here. Ooh, and the lack of notches in the Xbox One X controller. This makes it difficult to go in a straight line, especially when some of your view might be really awkward. And this light is not doing me any favors. Okay, so we'll just take it carefully because it's not so much a puzzle as much as it is just, you know, platforming. So we'll go and take this and rotate. And we've got lights, and if you couldn't imagine what we're supposed to do here, it's a mad dash. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm running. And you could do style points. Okay. I swear to God, this game is so picturesque. Just any shot, and you're just, oh, it's good. Is there anything up here? I don't think we're supposed to do anything except just explore. If that. Anything? Okay. Well, let's just keep going and be careful. Fall damage is a thing in this game, so let's not get too crazy with jumping off of such great heights. Okay. Uh-oh. That is not okay. Not a huge fan of that, or the many things to come. Alright, well luckily we can go up this rope here. And here we go. Transition into the next room beautifully. So we're in a bathroom. Don't think there's really much else except for a lamp. Cool, thank you. The washroom, just the isolated room with a sink in it. Nice. Now this one is a bit of a mind trip because, well, you open the door and you're just like, well, what are we supposed to do? There's an electric gate here that if we touch it, well, it'll do the obvious thing and murder us. We've been walking around barefoot and we've accumulated all this static electricity. It's just no good. But if you close the door, you notice there's a bit of a switch here. How do we reach it, you might ask? Well, the answer is always in the toilet paper. So let's go and shove this aside. Look at the size of those things. Straight up the size of your head, man. And we're gonna do things a little bit quick here, but maybe not as quick as you'd like. So I'm just gonna pull that down to get rid of the electricity, and you'll hear a timer. Just in case you weren't aware, if you're not through quick enough, you'll mess things up. There's a room with many things. I'm not gonna bother staying in here. I thought I was going to, but you can kind of tell what's happening. So let's make a mad dash, and you'll be safe. And there's literally nothing in there. It's just a playground, essentially. So now I've got these rooms. These ones make me a little bit nervous. Huh. Can't really do anything about them, except knock over more blocks. There you go. I hate learning. It's the worst. Let's keep walking. Okay. Oh, no. Alright, well, prepare yourself for your first kind of challenge. The Eye of Truth. If you get caught in the light, you will be frozen. And if you're not careful, you will die. As evidenced by these things that appear to be dolls. So, a pretty simple pattern. As long as you time it right, you'll be fine. But what we can do is we can take the scenic route and just go under it. Why the heck not? It's not difficult to avoid, although it is difficult to see yourself, and I'm stuck on a door frame, so that's great. Did I just trip and fall on it? I did. It's just you want to be careful on this side because it goes a little bit higher. But so long as we can just run over here, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, right? There we go. Okay. So let's go jump up here, and we're safe behind all of these boxes of documents. That's fun. Here, let's go light this up, shall we? Thank you. Okay, so we'll climb up here, and before we actually progress with the story, we gotta go do a little bit of exploration on the side. So we'll go drop down over here. There's bound to be some cool stuff, I would imagine. Oh, hi. I heard that. I really hope you're the second gnome I'm supposed to hug, because I feel like I'm missing one. That one that we saw earlier, nowhere to be seen. But that's okay. I'll go back, I guess, and ooh, it's a little dark.